The details of this great loot. We start with the biggest stakeholder in Pakistan, the establishment. This is the most powerful man in Pakistan. Qamar Javed Bajwa, he is Pakistan's army chief and he is in the news today. An investigative report accuses Bajwa and his family of a great loot. It says the family made assets amounting to 12.7 billion Pakistani rupees in the last 6 years. 6 years ago is when Bajwa climbed to the helm of the Pakistani establishment. He became the country's most powerful person, and ever since, several members of his family have become billionaires. Like I mentioned, 12.7 billion rupees is what they accumulated in the last 6 years. Remember, this is over and above the residential plots, the commercial plots, and the houses that the army had given to Bajwa. Let me now introduce you to Aisha Amjad. She is Bajwa's wife. In 2016, Amjad did not declare any assets. And 6 years on, she's sitting on 2.2 billion Pakistani rupees. I repeat, 2.2 billion. So how did she make so much money? Invest in S&P 500 perhaps, or cryptocurrency. How do assets climb magically, rather multiply to 2.2 billion in just 6 years? Today she owns an apartment in Karachi that's worth 90 million Pakistani rupees. Another apartment in Islamabad. 3 plots in the same city, at least 2 commercial plots in Lahore. 2 commercial plazas. One is worth 650 million rupees, another is worth 309 million. She also has a farmhouse in Karachi. Then there is 160 million in cash, bonds, ornaments, savings and foreign currency. All of this in just 6 years. And if you thought that was fast, you must learn about Mahanoor Sabir. Her assets climbed in value reportedly to 1,271 million Pakistani rupees in just a couple of weeks. Sabir is Bajwa's daughter-in-law. As of last week of October 2018, she had not declared her assets, and in November 2018, she married Bajwa's son. Right before her wedding, Mahanoor Sabir was magically worth this big sum, that is 1,271 million Pakistani rupees. Sabir's LinkedIn profile says she's a senior manager at Tax Petroleum. This company was born in 2018, 2 years after Bajwa became the army chief of Pakistan. The company was registered in Dubai in 2019, the same year that Bajwa held private meetings with Pakistan's business leaders. One thought, the military general was trying to bolster Pakistan's crumbling economy, doing something for his country, his people. But cut to today. Pakistan is drowning in debt. There is spiraling inflation. Pakistan owes $126.9 billion in debt. 90 million Pakistanis are going to bed hungry. But the Bajwa family has been shielded from this economic downturn. They have only become richer. We are talking about the daughter-in-law, Mahanoor Sabir. Her sister too became a billionaire in no time. How do you do that? How do you become a billionaire in a year? By looting perhaps. This is Sabir Mittu Hamid. He is one of Bajwa's closest friends, also the father-in-law of Bajwa's eldest son. Not too long ago, Hamid was just an average businessman. But in the last 6 years, Hamid and the Bajwas together have started an international business. They have also bought properties abroad. They have begun transferring capital abroad. They own commercial plots, commercial plazas, farmhouses, and a great amount of real estate. In 2013, Sabir Hamid was worth less than $1 million, and today, you can guess, he's a billionaire as well. One of the many billionaires in the Bajwa family. Tell me one thing, how is this fair on Pakistan? How do the powerful swim against the economic tide as the public drowns in floods and debt? The authorities in Pakistan have allegedly blocked access to this damning report. I'm not surprised. The government of Pakistan is not interested in how Bajwa and co became billionaires. Instead, Pakistan is probing how the family's tax records got out. How were they leaked? Pakistan's Finance Minister Ishaq Dar termed the leak illegal and unwarranted. Forget about the actions of those involved. It's actually neither. Experts tell us that the tax documents were not confidential. But you know what? Even if they were, shouldn't the people of Pakistan know what their establishment is up to? We're talking about the leadership here. They deserve to know the loot that's happening in their own country as they crumble under the pressure of poverty. The government obviously does not want to tell them this, and why should it? The Sharifs themselves are party to the loot. Remember the Panama Papers. Remember Nawaz Sharif. He is Pakistan's former Prime Minister, also the elder brother of the sitting Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif. So where is Nawaz now? He's sitting in London fleeing justice. In April 2016, the Panama Papers named Nawaz Sharif's children. They claimed that Nawaz's daughter and political heir, Maryam Nawaz, owned undeclared firms and assets offshore. So did Nawaz Sharif's sons, Hassan and Hussein. It is alleged that the Sharifs used the offshore companies to launder money to buy foreign assets, even a posh apartment in London. Later, an investigation found that Nawaz Sharif owned assets beyond his income. So where was the money coming from? State coffers, perhaps. Nawaz Sharif was branded corrupt by Pakistan's top court. The leader took to London, supposedly for a heart treatment, and never returned. This is the history of Pakistan's leading family. They say the government of Shehbaz Sharif is planning to quash this case and welcome Nawaz back to Pakistan. Basically roll out the red carpet for a man who looted the people who had put their trust and mandate in him.